most exclusive asphalt in the world. 1,000 horsepower at your command. Speed like you've never known. Millimeters between fame and failure. Milliseconds between first and forgotten. Take your seat.
CCRL, your place for F1 23.
Hello, race fans. Dresden here. It's time for another evening of adventure, exciting racing with CCRL, the Cheek Clappers, Round 3, Season 3. We're going to Hungary this evening, and we've got full qualifying on the docket, so I am always a fan of that. With me in the commentating box, as always, Trackside. How you doing, bud? It's definitely gonna be a good one, and man, last week it was an up and down roller coaster. We had an amazing sprint race, and then we had a bit of a, let's call it, chaotic beginning of the 50 percenter. It kind of dragged on under all those safety cars and kind of rough events going on. But then the end of that race was just a pleasure to watch, and a battle that came down to the wire between Reimer and Z-Milk that I mean, we were speculating that it was just tire management that ended up being the difference between those two, and just an amazing finish to that race. And getting a message there, they cannot hear you.
Yeah, it should be good to go now. I forgot I ran an update earlier on the computer, so let me know, guys. But we should be good now.
So, what did you think? What did you think about Miami?
Yeah, I thought Miami was a really good race. Like you said, there was a lot of different strategy that went into Miami, but we also saw a lot of good side by side racing, with a little bit of controversy as well. And some of that played out through the week. We had some updates in the final running order, but no change at the top of the point standings. So,
yeah, just a solid performance from the current points leader, Reimer. But we'll get to that in a second. There was a ton of drama, and man, did the stewards have to do a lot of work.
We kept them fully employed this week.
Yeah, we saw some pretty aggressive scuffle, maybe a little more aggressive than we want to see between Guzman and Hayden Rogers there. We'll see if any of that carries on throughout.
Yeah,
the season.
I was a little surprised by that. Something we didn't really see from Guzman last season that we've seen this season. I feel a little bit more him getting his elbows out and not really just stepping aside, if you will, for some of these overtakes.
Yeah, well, if you shove him, he's gonna
Yeah,
shove you back. I think that's what we witnessed there.
I was trying to be
But you know
Poland
what?
there and
Overall,
keep a leg on both sides of the fence, but yeah.
well, either way, it was exciting to witness, and we've got and good. Both are really good drivers and exciting to watch. And I'm just looking forward to more. So Miami in the books. And let's turn to Reimer, who is just, and let's throw up the points too, so that we can just witness the domination that is happening from the Mercedes driver at the moment. 60 points, I think, is
Yeah,
the
he's
total.
sitting at 60. His nearest rival in Z Milk in the Ferrari at 33 points. So almost double his nearest competitor going into round three tonight. You'll see Feeney there, who's had a really good start to season three. He is sitting in third with 26, and it gets really tight there behind him. Walrus at 23 and fourth. NLC with 22, tied with Urban fifth and sixth. Urban doing a very good job. And like you said last week, I think it's time for us to stop being surprised to see Urban up there and fighting for fifth and championship points right now in elite tier. That's really awesome.
Yeah, yeah, bringing Urban, definitely bringing an improved game lately, and let's throw up constructors. Urban then a part of the story happening for Mercedes this season, because not only is Reimer dominating in the point standings for individual, but Mercedes-Benz with Urban's help dominating the rest of the constructors
Yeah,
field as well.
it's really kind of a throwback here. Urban, I would say, even doing a better job than a Bottas to Reimer's Hamilton. He's been in the points. I want to say he's been in the points almost undeniably all season, this entire season to start. And if he stays like that, I don't even think a podium finish with a top three finish here in the elite tiers out of the cards.
Yeah, I mean, we keep poking your head in around fourth, fifth, sixth. You're gonna have podium finish if you just keep the consistency up. And man, Mercedes on fire, Reimer on fire. Could it be three in a row? What do you think?
That is, speaking of that, okay, so predictions. We've got quite a few super subs coming in tonight. There have been a few people who can't make it tonight, so I'm really at a loss, Dresden, because we've got some really fast guys coming in tonight. The Johnny Damon and DRL Race are going to be on the grid tonight as reserves. So guys to keep your eye on, but yeah, don't count out Reimer. He's been in a good form, and I definitely look to see him in the top three for sure.
On fire is Reimer, and just exciting to see. And man, DRL and Johnny on grid with the elite tier. That feels like it might be a little preview of season 4.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So we'll get to see how they stack up. We've seen Johnny Damon once. It looks like he's very solid and gonna be in the upper echelons of elite tier. So we'll see how it goes this evening. Man, it just a lot of interesting storylines. So Reimer's domination is one storyline, but on the other side, in the bad luck side of stories developing here in season 3, Leipzig, Barney, and SP.
Yeah, we've actually got SP in the chat right now, so we'll take it a little easy on him. I see you out there, SP. And also, we've got Tarzan in the chat, too. Appreciate you guys being here. But yeah, so we'll take a look again at these guys. L. Guzman sitting at 13th. He's only got 6 points after 2 rounds of racing. Barney in 17th still doesn't have a point to his name. Same with SP down in 18th. So, those guys, SP in particular, we saw really starting to heat up at the end of season 2, and Guzman, our reigning champ from season 2.1, with only 6 points. Some big surprises. Yeah.
That's the big shocker. I mean, it's humongous. Leipzig, and in Miami, it was. I don't really think it was his fault. I think racing incidences and crashes kind of took him out of that race when it was wet. But the race before that, it was spins that really ended up costing him points there. So we're looking for Leipzig to return to form, and I would also add, like, yeah, we're kind of picking on Barney and SP because they did so well season 2 and no points thus far in season 3. But the truth is like there's, everybody here's got a side job, right? Like, this is not your full-time career, I'm pretty sure, and so yeah, some people just, whatever's going on, all we can do is just comment on what points are. But I do want to be a little fair there, because we're very judgmental about who's got points. And
we get to be. That's why we're in the commentary box, right? Like, if we didn't give these guys a hard time and expose the good and the bad, then we're not doing our job.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we're still going to do it. I just want to draw some attention to that. I think it's a little fair to say, but also, man, I love rooting for everybody. So we'll look for SP and Barney to move back up the field, and Leipzig as well. You expect points to be scored. Hungary is a fun race, I think. It's fun to drive. And I think in leagues like this, Hungary ends up being a very exciting race.
Yeah, I agree. We've got one, really, I call it one DRS zone, because there's technically 2 zones, but there's only 1 detection point. So whoever gets that is getting both DRS zones. So it's one DRS zone in my view. So you got one chance to get your overtake done on the lap, and if not, you got to sit patiently behind until you get all the way back around through turn 14 and down that straightaway. But I think that the way that DRS zone is set up, it provides some really cool overtakes into turn 1 and possibly turns 2 and 3. A lot of action front loaded into the lap, and then kind of how good can you be for the rest of the lap to set yourself up for that next overtaking opportunity. So I think it can really provide for a really good race, and we'll see. We've got a full qualifying session ahead of us, so we should have all of the fast guys as they were at the front of the pack tonight.
It's full qualifying.
I think so.
Exciting, right? I love the drama of full qualifying. And man, does everybody on grid really feel competitive now? Like the whole grid really gels into something. And the substitutions are fast as well, so it'll be exciting to see where they fit in here. So yeah, I told you before we started that I was itching for a race, and I feel like I'm gonna get satisfied this evening. I was gonna say you're right about into turn 1 and into turn 2 for battles, but we also, because of this being an amateur grid, I think turn 4 tends to end up being a very dramatic turn as well for people still fighting, because the 1, 2, 3 complex is actually quite difficult, and so somebody following somebody who messes up there can end up being alongside into turn 4, and we'll get some dramatic moments into 4.
Yeah, it's if you see an overtake about to happen into turn 4, you're on the edge of your seat. These guys are going like 240 kph, and it's a turn that only sends you down to 6th gear, so you're still carrying quite a bit of speed. So the slightest mistake, the slightest not making the apex in turn 4 can cause calamity. And Yeah, so there's a little bit of gamble for any kind of overtake into 4, but we've seen it. I want to say not that long ago. Limitless tournament. I think we saw a pass in turn 4. So we might see another one tonight.
Look, it's a dangerous pass, but be on the look. But be on the lookout. I think we're gonna get some fights through there. So Hungary's great, full qualifying, also exciting. Looking forward to both of those, and man, I have to say as well, what a fun time I had calling for you in the.
I was wondering if you're gonna bring that up. Oh gosh,
I had to. Yeah, it was a great performance. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna get to see trackside race now, because man, I feel like I get to know people when I watch them drive.
Oh yeah,
you know
absolutely. To be honest with you, I had a blast, and I was talking with a few people this week about that performance, and Brazil's a bit of a ringer for me. I love that track. So I had a lot of fun. So I appreciate those guys putting up with me on Monday night, and looking forward to being back next Monday for Abu Dhabi. We'll see.
I'm looking forward to. I mean, give me a grid to get to know. I'll fall in love with it. But man, do I love good. I love good competition, so that was exciting to watch. And man, Reimer's son gave such a great interview. Yeah, that was. I hope he's watching tonight, because man, he's got a career in broadcasting.
He sure does. He was asking all the right questions, giving all the right answers. And he had biases, man. He was not afraid to let him know who. Not in the slightest.
Yeah, exciting. That's good stuff. And I hope, man, if Reimer takes 3 in a row. If Reimer takes 3 in a row, I don't know what I'm going to do with this season. It's such a commanding lead already on nearly double Z-Milk's total.
Well, here's what I will say is I think Reimer tends to run a very non-downforce setup, and this is not the track tonight for that. So we could see some different guys head towards the front here after qualifying. But it looks like we are getting readied up here in the lobby, so we will go ahead and head on in. Dres, sound good?
Yes, let's head on.
Tonight we're in Hungary. We are live tonight from Budapest here at the Hungaroring. It's 2.72 miles as we take a lap around this track. 14 corners, 6 to the left, 8 to the right. You're full throttle for 65% of the lap. That's basically Monaco without the walls here. They're going to be bolting on all the downforce they can with lots of elevations throughout the lap. Turn 1 can be very dicey, one of the tightest turn 1s we have on the calendar, and in the wet it becomes very treacherous. If we do see rain tonight, could make for a giant mess to start the race. Turns 2 and 3 provide side-by-side racing and a quick switchback if you can set your opponent up just right. The inside of turn 2 quickly becomes the outside of turn 3, and grip can be somewhat wanting as the race progresses, so be sure to watch for fireworks here. Turn 4, the quick left-hander. It's an overtake only by the Brave here, as the cars are well near 180 miles per hour as they enter. The middle compound of Pirelli rubber tonight, a one-stop probably the preferred strategy for most of these guys, but weather and tire deg could prove a 2-stop strategy the faster way around here in Hungary. And we are getting ready for Q1.
It is a full qualification tonight, so bottom 5. Oh, it's a very abbreviated grid.
Yeah, we're missing a few. 17. I think we did not get Arf and Dutch Verstappen. Maybe Barney. I don't know if I see Barney on the grid either.
Yeah, I only see one Alfa Romeo. Oh. Listen, I don't know what's more important than racing, all right? But Need to reevaluate.
Well, you know
their
what, Drez? I'll tell you
priorities.
what. 17 cars on this Hungary track is still going to feel like 30. So we're still in for a
That's
treat.
true. I'm trying to get maximum drama out of Q1. That's my issue here. Oh man, so I kind of expect Z Milk to be strong here. What do you think?
Yeah, that's what I was kind of alluding to there when I was talking about downforce setups. Z Milk's definitely a guy I could see doing very well in a place like Hungary. We know he thrives in Zandvoort, and this track is not that much difference as far as car setup goes. So.
Yeah, it does. It does, and it kind of drives like a Zandvoort a little bit in a lot of places, right? Like a lot of connected turns, a lot of flowing.
Yeah, they're both tracks that you're
Yeah.
you're never going to get your eyes set straight ahead of you anywhere throughout the lap. You're always
Yeah.
looking left to right at that next turn that's coming up.
A lot back and forth. That's I'm making prediction time right now. Z Milk wins, and dethrones Reimer's streak.
Okay, who's your 2 and 3?
Oh man, they want to put Reimer. Reimer Leipzig. Z Milk. Reimer,
Okay, so we're
because Leipzig has.
we're going with a season
Yeah,
2.1
Reimer-
podium here. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you got to think Leipzig's gonna bounce back, right? He's got to be itching to get back on the podium. You know, you can't win that much and then not just be really upset when you have had like races like that.
Agnote on a hot lap, just getting into the wall out of turn 4. Just it looked like he was on ice coming out of turn 4.
Okay. AlphaTauri is back in, not nailed down. Who else is hot right now? Let's find a lap.
Trying to see DRL maybe, but he's on a medium tire. Ooh, is Z Milk? No, that's not Z Milk. Bong it looks like he's getting ready to start.
Okay, we'll get on board with Bonnet.
And Bong, I got to give a shout out to Bong it. Bong it's been the guy doing all of our driver standings, constructor standings, race stats, all the good stuff for the league. And we really appreciate it here in the commentary box for sure. So big shout out to Bong it. Thanks so much, man.
Yeah, it makes it, because, you know, prepping for these things, you've got to go through all the stats and when they're nice and clear and just easy to look at, and then we can just import them right into the stream. Actually, a lot of help. Bonnet looking all right. Using all the exit out of 5 there, mounts the curves well through 6 and 7. Walrus with a fast time, 16.7.
6.7's got to be the. We've talked about this, but I think it's got to be the skill curve.
6.7, yeah. It can eat up a lot of time. Though, a little wide. Did it get eliminated there at the end? I think you lost a little bit of time through 12. Now lap still available. Coming across the line, Bonnet will put an 18.2 on the board, matching curveball. Though curveball is on the mediums right now. Actually, a few people on the mediums. Johnny Damon as well. I mean, they're employing some strategy here, given that, you know, it's a 50% race and a full qualifying. Some people may be trying to squeak through Q1.
Yeah,
just on
I've
the
noticed the
mediums.
top 3 right now all on the medium tire.
Oh, so oh man, I didn't even notice that. Walrus's 16.7 is on the medium compound.
Urban coming across the line, jumping up to 4th with that 118.2. He's just a few hundredths off a curveball. So Urban doing very well with that time, but curveball is on that medium tire.
Yeah, curveball getting a good lap in there. Walrus, Johnny Damon they look a cut above at the moment. We still need lap times from most of the field though. Hayden Rogers trying to squeak through on the intermediate. I don't think it's going to work though.
And Z Milk right now still sitting in the pits. I'm a little surprised.
See, half the field has not bothered to come out just yet.
Rujoff starting a fast lap, looks like.
Okay. Where is he? Action 3. The 18 flat. I really love the feel of Hungary. Like just driving it, and I can't think of a track that I have so much fun on.
I think one of my favorite like real life F1 TV camera views is that sweeping camera through 2 and 3. It's on the inside of 2, and you can just watch the car come through 2 and see how that back end is just on the edge of breaking loose, but it's just holding on by just whatever little bit of rubber it can.
Because it's kind of a downhillish thing you've got going on there, and hard on the brakes, so you're front loaded, like you were saying, all the way through there. So like a lot of the G-forces have lifted the back end anyways, and then the downhill bit of it. Yeah, it's a tougher corner to negotiate well. Which, by the way, is why I say, like, people mess up 2, and then 3 is kind of compromised as well, and then they feel that on the race down to 4, and you end up with people side by side. So we've got some out laps. Hayden Rogers heading back out. He's on softs this time. We have times from DRL and Pontiac.
Oh, Reimer.
They'll probably...
Urban looks like he's starting another lap.
Okay.
And then behind him is either Agnote or... No, Agnote's just set his lap there. Up to 9th with that time, a 1:19.3.
19.3. So you get the feeling like a lot of people have decided to just kind of wait and see what the field brings before they decide whether or not to risk softs.
Yeah, you're probably right.
You know, because Z-Milk, Feeney, Abdul, Reimer, Guzman, and NLC, they haven't put a lap in yet, and we only got 9 minutes left in Q1.
Feeney on his outlap now. He's prepping those tires. He's got softs on, so he looks like he's going to be getting ready to nail down a good time here. Try and move through to Q2. And I think we may be going to have a wet race, Drez.
No.
So I'm wondering if our final Q2 and Q3 might possibly get wet as well, or may we have a transition period here tonight?
Well, I'd like that. I'd like a wet qualifying, right? I wouldn't mind that. That could bring some drama. Why do you think rain's coming?
Well, not because Copa said so.
Oh, we've got weather reports coming in. Sky looks a little gray.
It does look like a little bit of dark clouds moving in.
It could be. So let's talk real F1. What'd you think of the F1?
What a snooze fest, man.
See, this is the
I
point
literally did
making,
fall
right?
asleep like 3 times during the race.
The first, I'm watching Feeney's hot lap as we're chit chatting, but yeah, it was kind of there wasn't much to like. Oh man, Feeney around turn 1. I think the back end got a little swishy.
Big snap of oversteer there for Feeney. He looks like he's going to keep going though.
Yeah, he's got to, and no time on the board yet. There's NLC, who's the Italian, is quick. He's got a 16-6
The
on the board
Italian
now.
stallion showing up tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. Curiously, only about a tenth faster than Walrus's mediums. So watch out for
Yeah.
Walrus.
Well, yeah, Walrus always.
Yeah.
I mean, if he can hook it up, that one lap pace is undeniable.
Yeah. Yeah. Feeney is still hot, though. The car feels a bit like unnailed down as we're coming.
Yeah, and I'm
through
wondering
this
if he's already having issues in the dry with that setup. If it's going to rain, he might be in trouble.
Yeah, so manages a 17.9. Good enough for 7th. We're starting to get towards the end of Q1. 6 minutes and 30 seconds remain. We have outlaps coming from Z-Milk, Abdul, Reimer, and Guzman. I think let's ride on board with Z-Milk. On the mediums. I'd like to catch a hot lap from Z-Milk, I think. DRL, it's 3 laps on these mediums. It looks like he's getting just some practice time in here to get, really locked in before he brings out his softs. 5 minutes and 50 seconds remain here in Q1.
Yep, and that's if you've got the ability, there's only gonna be 3 or 2 people knocked out in this session. If you feel like you've got pace in hand, it's a pretty good session to do a little bit of research.
Yeah. Yeah, and man, if you can squeak through on the mediums, a Walrus, Johnny Damon, they both feel like they're in good shape here Q1, and they're just gonna save all their softs. Z-Milk is hot now. A good turn 1. Hit the apex, got on the accelerator down here to turn 2. Oh, I like the acceleration out there. Hits 3 just fine. It's 4 is the turn that feels most uncomfortable for me. It's just that any blind turn, I never seem to find a way to be comfortable.
So one of the things that helped me too, Dresden, on Monday night was I will plug it here. I went and watched a Limitless video for Brazil. And I'll tell you what, like there was a couple turns that I was okay with, but some of his things, like, as those 50-meter placards go by, using those as your braking points and things like that, like really helped me just to be able to throw a car in.
Yeah. Because he knows what the car can do at its limits. Z-Milk crossed the line. It's 17.5. You think that's good enough?
I would say the cutoff here is going to be like a 1:18.5 probably.
Yeah, you'd think those times will come down a little bit. Anyote and Abdul are definitely in trouble of being eliminated here. Pontiac also on the cusp in 18.7 there. You'd think they'd be able to get out and do one more, but we've got to... Okay, there they come. They're coming out of the pits now. 3 minutes and 20 seconds remain, so we got time to get one more lap in. We're going to have a battle down here at the bottom.
Rujov looking really good on his lap here. He's already 5 tenths down on his fastest lap. Oh, well, never mind. He's backed out.
Oh. Well, let's watch Pontiac. We have not given him any love lately. The Red Bull driver is hot. Oh no, this is his outlet.
It looks like he's sporting a new lid too. He's got the Stars and Stripes helmet now available in the F1 world there. That's pretty cool. America. Slap a Marlboro sticker on that car and you got a race car.
Yeah. Oh, I miss the McLarens, right? Back when Prost and Senna were
That's
racing.
a classic livery.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, Pontiac Bandit will start his hot lap now. He needs, as it stands, 2/10 to avoid elimination, though he'll want to find 6 or 7/10 to be more comfortable. Everybody at the bottom is from Anyote, Bongit, DRL, SP, Pontiac, and Abdul all out. And we'll need to put times on the board to try to avoid elimination.
Turns 2 and 3 looking good for Pontiac. Car looks nice and hooked up coming through there.
Very solid. A nice exit or entry into 4. 5 looks comfortable. Sector 2 time will be in a little bit. I missed the Sector 1. And he does have looks like a 10th in hand.
This is such a short Sector 3 on this track. It's basically just the horseshoe.
Yeah. Set a purple Sector 2 did Pontiac and found 8/10.
Interesting. This could really heat up.
Yeah. Pontiac Bandit. A very fast lap at the moment, looking to come across the line with a big improvement. 17.6, jumps up to 9th. That looks like it's going to be good enough. Let's go find DRL, who's hot as well. Action 15. He's coming around the final turn now. Will he get out of the elimination zone? Does look like it's enough. And into 5th. Now we return to SP. It's looking like Bongan and Abdul in the pits are going to be... I'm sorry. We're only going to lose 2.
Yep.
Can SP find his way out? He definitely appears to have enough speed. Jumps into 10th place. And it's Bongan and Abdul looking like they're going to find themselves out.
Yep, everyone else is across the line. Those two not making it out of the pits. I'm surprised they didn't come out on the soft tire.
Yeah, it was especially Bongan because it's 2/10. 2/10 he needed to find, and I think the softs are worth more than 2/10.
Yep, he will, Anyote just kind of getting through by the skin of his teeth there.
Yeah. So, but man, Pontiac Bandit, big improvement there right at the end. A good lap we caught from him. Purple Sector 2 as well. And near the end of the qualifying session, so a legit purple sector.
Yeah, and there is going to be some track evolution, that's for sure. So the last man out on the track in Hungary definitely has the benefit.
And what happened to Mercedes's race pace during the race?
Well, George's was there, right? I mean, he started 18th and made his way all the way up to, where did he finish, 6th?
Yeah, he did pretty decent, I thought. But I thought, like... Man, with on pole, you must have thought Hamilton...
That's 2 years in a row.
Bring the win. Yeah, the pole. But he won. Did he win?
No, George was on pole last year and lost and came in like I can't even remember where he finished. But it's twice in 2 years that Mercedes has had the pole at Hungary, a place that's historically impossible to pass and have not translated to a win.
Yeah, so again, that's the point I was making. Is like places like Hungary can end up. They kind of can be boring, during real F1. That's just the way it is. But Not always. I mean, Hungary can bring some
Yeah, I mean,
excitement.
2020 was exciting, but
But
that's because half the field got wrecked into turn one.
yeah,
Or was that 21?
yeah.
That was 21.
Uh, it all blends together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, unless you study it, it's hard to remember on the fly. But yeah, the race wasn't that exciting, except Lewis just losing all those places on the
Oh,
start. That was rough to watch. I was feeling for you as Norris and Piastri were squeezing by him.
yep.
Hey, so look, are we in agreement now that Piastri is the best of the
I've already said
rookies?
that.
No, I thought you were decrying somebody else. I was the one that was harping for
Who are we considering
Piastri.
a rookie?
It was well, there was a slate
Well,
of them, wasn't there? I mean, DeVries or whatever his name is, he's
yeah.
out. And who else is a rookie? Zhao, and there's one more, isn't there?
Zhao's not technically a rookie this year, but Sargent is.
That's right. Is Sargent still racing?
Yep. Well, it depends on what your term of racing is.
Let's go Piastri. Though currently Norris definitely still is very much faster.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
You think? I mean, you think?
I mean, Piastri looked like he had pace on him in Hungary until McLaren swapped him around.
Well, that's true, but throughout the race though, he wasn't keeping up. I mean, Norris was just outworking him, I think. Right? Like at the end, it was Norris by quite a margin over Piastri.
Yeah.
So, and they weren't fighting anybody. They swapped them around, and then Norris just built the gap. So, but man, I have to say, what a little Cinderella turnaround that McLaren's
they've had a resurgence.
It's so much fun. Yeah, so much fun to watch.
They're still 30 seconds behind Max.
Yeah, so is everybody else. But I thought, sometimes when you see these upgrade, like it's the combination of an upgrade before the other teams get their upgrades and a track that suits the car, and you get these like flash in the pan moments for a team, right? And then it goes back to like them being towards the back of the field. And I thought that was what was going to happen with McLaren. We're going to get one good race out of them, and then they were just going to go back to the backfield. But it's been 3 in a row where they're fighting up with Ferrari and Mercedes, and that's fun. I do wish more people were fighting with Max, though.
So NLC posting a 1:16.9. He's come out right out of the gate and set that time to jump up to the top of the pile.
Yeah, just one and done. So NLC may be very locked in tonight. Let's see, you got to put your information up every...
I know. I just did the same thing. I was waiting because I was looking at tires, and I was like, well, where's my tires at? But Johnny Damon, the only one out on mediums, he did a recon lap, and I think he's probably just...
Yeah, I mean, it'll be, at this point, it's the fight to get into Q1. I don't see anybody who stands out as they might not have a chance to get into Q1. You know what I mean?
It's a toss-up. Agnote already posting a really better time than what he had in Q1, a 1:18.1 now. I want to say that's 5/10 better than what he did in Q1.
Yeah, I forget what the cutoff was, but we were looking at 18.5 there. Hayden's 58.8. Doesn't seem
And
competitive.
I wonder what's happened to Urban.
There it goes.
We've had a retirement.
Yeah. Oh, that's a bit strange. Was it in the pits?
Well, I'm not sure.
Well, Urban out of Q1, out of Q2, unfortunately. Kind of a big deal for Mercedes. The Constructors' Cup is not mathematically locked away yet.
Yeah, that might be his worst start of the season. If that's where he's going to start, is P14 tonight. So, or 15.
But it should be P15. Yeah, I was about to say. I mean, you think the other, like, we'll see times from everybody else. All right, it's time for some drama now. 9 minutes remain here in Q2, and we want to let's catch a lap from Johnny Damon.
I'm actually on board right now with Walrus. He's just gone purple through sector 1.
Okay.
Looking very tight as he comes through turn 11. Another purple sector.
You know what I think it is? I think until you set a time, it's purple. And then once you have a time on the board, purple means what purple's supposed to mean. But when you're first setting a lap, it's just always purple.
Well, regardless,
Or
it was correct in this.
A 15.6 from Walrus. Because it feels like we see too many purples from people when they don't have. That's my working theory, right? Whenever I see a purple but they don't have a time set, I usually don't bother to call it. But after they have a time set. But in this case, it could have been either way. A 15.6, very, very fast, over a second and 3/10. Man, just way over.
Well, here's our confirmation. Johnny Damon just now getting through sector 1 on his hot lap. No purple. So,
man, all right. Well, throw that theory out
will
the window
do.
Then. It's quite so eager. Johnny Damon looking quick, but man, so Walrus set that very fast time in Q1.
Johnny Damon now purple sector 2.
We'll see.
Now he could have a purple sector 2 and have a yellow sector 1 and 3 and still be correct.
Yeah. So that's why it's so elusive to nail this theory down. A quick time though, a 16.7 on the board, but Walrus is
second.
15.6.
Man.
So and there goes Leipzig locked in a 16.6 as well. So look at the disparity here though. We're not getting. These are quick laps from Guzman, Johnny Damon, NLC. Those are competitive, racy laps, and Walrus has got a second on them, which is very impressive.
Very impressive. And Guzman now out on. Can't tell if he's on an outlap right now or on an outlap. Hey, so if you're listening right now, if you're a viewer and you're in the chat, let us know. Me and Dresden, this is our first night with F123. Give us some info on this purple sector thing. We got to get this figured out. We're newbies.
Are you seeing more?
Well, I got to get to the bottom of it. I can't have this out there lingering. I got to know.
Well, my operating theory is I don't trust purples unless they have a time on the board. I'm on board with Z-Milk. I want to see if he's going to be able to compete with Walrus. This is where my money is this evening. I bet the track suits Z-Milk's driving style, his setup style.
You would think. Yeah, you would think this is Z-Milk hunting ground.
Yeah. Can he get competitive with Walrus? Because right now, Walrus he was top 3 on mediums in Q1, and here he's just blown everyone else away with that 15-6. A good turn 1 from Z-Milk, it looks like. Turn 2 field a bit iffy. The riding the inside curb of turn 2, I'm not sure if that's advisable. I know touching the curb and around turn 5 is not.
No, yeah, that's a quick way to see your back end facing your front end. Just the tiniest lift there. There's a purple sector 2. I need some live telemetry. I need to see these mini sectors.
It'd be so fun to have that kind of data to help the commentary, you know.
Oh,
Across the board.
Still a second 16, though. Where is Walrus finding a second?
I don't know, but man, it is a big. It is a lot of pace in the back on a short
I wonder
lap.
if Walrus is not in a wet setup. I wonder if he's qualifying in a dry setup.
Do you think really that everyone's really anticipating?
I would say
right
if Reimer posted something in the Discord, and if he knows, I'm sure a lot of the others know. At the front, anyway. I don't know. NLC's quick. Him and Walrus usually are within a few tenths of each other, and to see NLC almost a second back, I got to think it's something setup wise.
Something setup wise, a full second, but we also saw convincing pace and consistency in the first race of the season.
That's true. I know Walrus is going to watch this back and hate us, but look, man, we know your pace is there, but where's everyone else's pace gone?
Well, the put up or shut up is a consistent win where that second of pace shows itself in the race. Yeah. So we're definitely looking for that. So man, we're getting to the close of Q2 now. It's Hayden Rogers, who's out, by the way.
Have you looked down at the bottom?
Retired. Yeah, Hayden Rogers, Anyote, and Urban all retired.
Yeah, but
already.
Look who's sitting at P14 right now.
Yeah, with no time on the board either. With no time to get out of the pits, Reimer is gonna be out. I don't think you can. Yeah, he can't leave the pits right now. There's no time to get around.
What is going on?
Something is up with the Mercedes pit, and man, do we need a little report to find out what's going on there. Urban with the retirement, Reimer never leaving the pits here in Q2. It's looking like Mercedes having a breakdown in their pit strategy.
My gosh.
I'm on board with...
Go ahead.
I'm on board with Pontiac Bandit. The Red Bull is hot, and he needs a second to pull himself into Q3. It's SP on the bubble with a 17.6. Pontiac Bandit needs to find a fair chunk of time because the other 4 are already eliminated.
Yeah, he's got some easy work to do here. He
13.
just needs to rope a lap together, and there it is.
Oh, man. Pontiac Bennett with no time left finds a 17.5 to squeeze his way into Q1, and it's SP who ends up. Wait, actually, let's get on board with SP. Is he
SP
still
is
hot?
he's a tenth up as he came through. Even less now. It's going to be close.
It's gonna be very close. He needs that. He needs that 10th up, and he needs because Reimer was in the middle of a storm. He was saying that's probably what happened. So SP to the line, 16, 17, 17-1. He finds the extra time and pushes Pontiac Bennett back out. It's a trading places finish between Alpine and Red Bull as SP does claw his way back into Q1. What a nice little back and forth there at the end. Good drama there. Pontiac answered, finding more than a second of time and to improve his lap, but SP answers right back and finds all the time he needed to claw back in just sector 3. So really nice job done there.
What is going on in that Mercedes garage? I can just see Toto right now banging his fist on the table. Oh.
Pissed.
Two cars out in Q2. 14th and 15th.
2 out in
wow.
Q2. Yeah, but look at Williams. The Williams team as a whole, Johnny Damon and NLC have put very good times on the board.
Yeah.
Now look, that 15.6 is legitimate because he's put it up early in the session, and everyone else able to claw in an extra 10th or 2 with track evolution, but still the best they could all collectively offer is half a second off of Walrus.
That is crazy pace from Walrus.
Crazy pace. So, man, if he goes out and does another one and done, and it's a half a second faster than everybody else, you better watch out during the race.
We got Pontiac in the chat now. He says, "I tried."
No, he definitely did, which is all that matters. By the way, give us like give us that bit of drama and excitement, right there at the end.
Yeah, you gave it hell, bud. It was less than a 10th between you and SP, so you guys are both hanging it out there. We'll be excited to see what the midfield looks like come race time. This is going to be intense.
It's going to be intense. It's gonna. I think there's going to be a lot of battles all up and down the field, but we're waiting to see if there's actually going to be a battle for first place, because man, does Walrus not see? They should have picked a different, the angry cheetah. You know, seems like a better moniker, because I just cannot see a Walrus as fast as he
and maybe he shouldn't be angry. I think tonight he should be the happy Walrus.
We've got I'm gonna ride with Lyson.
Yeah, Guzman and DRL or Walrus, one of the two. They're jockeying for position on track right now.
Yeah, Walrus eager to get out there.
It is Walrus.
He's fast in the time. Yeah, fast on the times, fast on the getting out there to put his time in. I was like that too. I didn't like to wait. I like to get my time out and then go sit and watch other people race. So you have to think pole is locked up. Actually, you know what? Let's go watch Walrus. Action 8. I wanna see this lap. You wanna do a lap?
Yeah,
ride?
why not? Let's do a lap ride.
Let's give it to Walrus because man,
It'll be a good lap to ride with
he
for sure.
apparently- Yeah, exactly.
We'll see how well he sets himself up here coming out of 14 to start. Wow, in the grass. He's really getting wide out there. You want to carry as much speed as you can through 14 because you got this long straightaway with DRS all the way down into turn 1. You're going to see him shift all the way down to third gear here. Oh, second even. He's coming around. Oh, a little bit of oversteer, but he should be able to hang on heavy into the braking zone here. A little bit of curb, and he's going to swing out wide and then set himself right back up for turn 3. Another decent straightaway as you head into the quick left-hander of 4. That turn is a little off camber, and then you're directly into 5. And this turn, oh my gosh, he did a great job of keeping that thing out of the wall.
Yeah, because once it got away from him, it was just like, don't pull a wheel off, don't pull a wheel off.
Oh man,
because man, you'll lose pole that way.
We sure
cursed
did.
him. We basically loaded the shot in, racked it, and then sniped them with the there's no way this will be a bad lap.
Yeah, we said all the things.
We said all the things. A purple sector 2 from Guzman. As we come around the final turn, a 16.5 on the board from NLC. What will Guzman put? Oh, into the 15s. Answering back is Leisig. Not quite as fast as Walrus, but definitely some parity.
He's in the
now.
same universe now.
15. Yeah, that half a second with this short of a lap, that's just a huge advantage. Let's try a lap ride again with Walrus when he goes back out.
Yeah, that sounds
what do you
good.
say?
I've also got, is that Z-Milk starting his?
Yeah,
finished.
He just finished a 16.4. Yeah, I think Rujop is just starting his. He's into turn 2. 15.8 from Leisig.
And what was 15.6 from?
I want to say
for Walrus?
15.5. Yeah. Could have been. No, you know what? Because I think 15.6. I think you're right. Because it was half a second, and I don't think anybody was 16 flat. I think 16.1 or 2 was this fastest. Yeah, Walrus just the beginning of that lap. Look, it's purple sector.
I saw it. I didn't want to say anything because now I feel stupid.
No. No, we're collecting data. I think maybe it's just the purple sector 2 when they don't have a time. That's the thing. Walrus starting his outlap now.
Hey, we've got a name I haven't seen in a while in the chat. Mastermind Lindsay.
Yeah, well, I thought he was back and supposed to be racing. Right? Isn't he? Shouldn't he be?
I don't have the down low on Lindsay. I'm sure if he's listening, he'll give us the update here in the chat.
Right. Yeah, when will we see Lindsay? And also, get well soon again to...
Rewinds?
Was it?
Yeah.
Rewinds, yes. Yeah, an accident where you break an ankle, that was the final word there, right?
Yeah.
It's that's a big accident, man.
Yep.
Okay, Walrus loading up this... He's about to start his hot lap now.
Yep, here we go. DRS again, down into turn 1. A little bit of traffic. Oh! Golly! Walrus cannot catch a break, can he? Oh, NLC.
Okay, all right. Oh,
Picking
and
up a
then,
5-place grid
man.
penalty from that right off the bat.
Oh, and that's a big deal. I don't
I,
think, yeah, coming out of the pits, it's hard to know
I
for
mean,
sure.
I feel like slap the cuffs on and throw them in the slammer. That's a pretty easy one.
Rough, yeah. NLC just missing the hot lap was beginning as he was coming out, and Walrus trying to keep his foot in, but it's not
have they
gonna
stopped
happen.
putting mirrors on the Williams? Do we know that?
It's possible. Possible. I don't know what the FIA regulations are. I think they have to have mirrors. But yeah, so rough for Walrus. I don't
He's got-
think we
He's got
should
one more shot here.
Yeah, I don't think we should watch it. I think we should just pretend
Yeah,
it's
let's
not
do that.
happening. I'm on board with SP now. SP, I think, starting a hot lap now. Oh man, he's starting his hot lap right with Williams. I think he'll have to back out there.
Yeah, that was... Man, we've had some really clumsy drives here in the last few minutes.
It's a little rough. A little rough. All right, well, SP is going to have to get around quick. It's going to be tough for him to get a
He's got plenty of time. This is a short lap.
Yeah, he needs to get in and get out, though. Guzman, 15.8, unchallenged right now. He's 0.6 faster than the rest of the field. Johnny Damon's got a 16.4. So does Z-Milk. So very close between the two of them. NLC and Feeney are both in that mix. They're 16.5, just 1/10 off the pace. Coming in 16.8, it's CCRL and Rouge off there, 6 and 7. Curveball then starts the beginning of the midfield. Curveball leaves the beginning of the midfield.
All right, NLC with a purple sector 2 here, and he's got a time on the board, so...
Maybe a legit purple. Oh, no.
Man, he's having some trouble tonight,
Man.
isn't he?
The I was going to blame the commentator
No.
curse.
He's swung the car around, and now he's stuck on the curb. He's beached.
That's happened to me before, and it's painful.
What is going on? I've just been moved down to Feeney to find Feeney now stuck in turn 3, or in turn 14.
Oh man. Oh, and he got the disqualification because
blocking the track.
It's a bit rough. The execution is destroying people's laps. So listen, I lied. I actually want to watch Walrus's.
That may be the only one to watch.
I'm on board right now. I just want to. I mean, the pressure is on. He had pole in the bag. You know, he wants to put that 15.6 back on the board, take pole away from Guzman. And here we go with Walrus and Asimov.
Yeah, we're not going to do a track ride. We're just going to we're going to watch him through the lap, Drez. Gosh, traffic.
Man, traffic again through turn
we're
1.
We're going to have to get some driving standards classes going this week.
It is hard. Like I feel bad. Like I hate griping too much about traffic, but I know Walrus will want to. It's definitely affected his qualifying here in Q.
Here's my thing, right? If you're going to, and this applies in real life, right? All forms of racing. If you're going to get behind the wheel and take that car out on the track, you've got 2 jobs, right? You've got your priority on your hot lap to make sure that you get the best lap time you can. And then when you're not on a hot lap, it's your priority to make sure that you are not getting, your focus is changed, but you still have to have the same amount of focus while you're behind the wheel.
Yeah, that's very true. Watching Angry Wallace's lap felt very, very good to the line. It's a 16-1. It's not his best offering, but his turn one was definitely a little compromised. I think he's gonna go again here, but on older tires, he will have a struggle to find a little
Yeah, his
more
battery
time.
will probably be pretty depleted as well. So
I really liked Walrus's exits. Like coming out of those turns, he definitely um, feels very solid. Like using all the track, getting on the accelerator, and just washing out to the edge there. A lot of curb through 6 and 7, and then through this section, just very much loaded in.
yeah, it's a very technical section too.
Yeah.
He's improving.
Yeah, so 2 hot laps in a row. Is it enough? He needs the 3/10 to take pole away from Leisig. Would be impressive to get it on a second hot lap to the line. He comes. Will he do it? A 15.9. He does improve,
That's impressive.
but not. Yeah, for a second lap on those softs. So I think that's it. Yeah, right there at the end, SP improved by 1. It looked like that's the end there, and it looks like Leisig gonna bring some pace to compare to Walrus. A 15.8 versus a 15.9, though. I think Walrus might have found a little bit of improvement there if he had been able to string a lap together. Then there is a gap. It's Johnny Damon, Z-Milk, NLC, DRL, Rouge off SP, Curveball. But really, in parity in the midfield, it's just Damon, Z-Milk, NLC, and DRL. I think that's going to be the battle for third place between
Yep, and
those
we'll
4.
see NLC move down to starting 10th after that penalty's applied at the start of the race. So, yeah.
Rough. And all it is he probably just caught a curb on that entry into the pit and got a little sideways, and that's enough for the FIA to just be pissed
Oh, yeah,
off
they'll
at
slap you with a penalty real quick.
All right, so we need to be ready. There's no formation lap, I'm guessing, and we're going to be jumping straight into action here in Hungary. Want to make any more predictions? I want to take back. I think Reimer gonna have a hard time.
So I
winning
don't
this
see
one tonight.
any rain yet. So I'm hoping it comes at some point during this race because that will give us some entertainment in the strategy arena to watch and see what these guys do. But man, I don't know. I think it's still anybody's race. I'm not counting out Reimer coming from 15th or whatever it is. He goes on those crazy Reimer strategies, and he could pull something out of a hat here. We're bound and determined to see a safety car. So who can take advantage of one of those? I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's true. You never know how it's going to work out, but from a straightforward point of view, I mean, bad internet and a bad starting position is definitely going to work against them tonight. 3 in a row will be a bit of a long shot, I think. Meanwhile, Leisig looks very strong here at the end of qualifying, so he may be very much locked in, and you can't count out Walrus, who definitely has reason to be angry after Q3.
Yeah, he's already they've already all been in the chat talking about that. So,
well, it happens. It's everybody's doing their best. It's tough.
oh boy.
All right, well, that that like I feel finally like I've had the full appetizer, and now I'm hungry for
You've had your salad and breadsticks, and now you're ready for a big old slice of lasagna.
Yeah. Yeah, a little
Soup
too.
on the side.
Just a little soup. All right. Yeah, a little tortilla soup. Man, I'm hungry. Tortilla soup sounds so good right now.
Well, if you didn't live out in the boonies, you probably have somebody deliver it to you.
If you don't, nobody delivers
No.
out here.
Not anybody that you want a delivery from.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, exactly. I don't think I could get the fire department out here if I needed.
Yeah, there's no point, right? By the time they got there, there'd be nothing left.
Yeah, for sure. All right, I'm hungry for Hungary. I'm expecting a really good race. I'm itching for like a Leipzig Walrus thing up at the front. There's 4 fast guys that look like they all have a chance at 3rd place. And what is Reimer going to do? Can he do something to continue that streak? Or will he fall by the wayside this evening? Questions abound. I'm excited for the race. It's 1, 2, 3. Here we go. It's CCRL in Hungary. I'm watching from Leipzig. We're off the line. Everybody very much alongside, but it's going to be Walrus with the inside line on Leipzig. Catches a little bit of curve, and that may cost him as Leipzig pulls ahead. Walrus in 2nd. It's Z-Milk into 3rd. Johnny Damon will follow into turn 2.
Everybody keeping it very clean as we come out of turn 3 right here. It's a great start to the race. We'll see where everyone starts to settle in.
Man, not much position changing. Z-Milk and Johnny Damon up at the front. They switch places, but it's as you were. Other than that, down to 7th. After that, NLC has moved up 1. Hayden has found a position. Urban up 3. Feeney up 3. A big spin from Abdul. He was doing great on the start, but now he finds himself in the back, and Reimer is going the wrong way off the start. He's down.
That's interesting. I'm going to take a look at the tires real quick. Kind of as I expected, Reimer on the hards, and a lot of those guys from 10th on back on the hards.
Man, yeah. So long stints coming for this first stint. I'm Action 3. I'm watching just ahead as Walrus and Guzman cannot shake each other. Z-Milk also in this fray. Johnny Damon is falling back ever so slightly. Still within DRS range.
Johnny Damon's a quick guy. We saw him Monday night in Brazil do a come from the rear win. So we know he's got some pace.
Pace and consistency and just a clean driving style I've noticed, and has 3 very good racers in front of him and 3 very good racers just behind him, 4 including NLC. Hayden is also there. Let's go Action 9, see if we can catch a little fight going on between NLC, SP, and Hayden.
Yeah, they're nose to stern here, front wing to gearbox, if you would. No, just absolutely nothing between the 3 of them.
Oh, a little wide goes the Williams of NLC, and it's a send from Hayden from downtown. He's got alongside, but the exit belongs to NLC and back ahead. And before we get into 13.
Man, you've really got to be carrying some speed to get a pass done there into 12.
He definitely sent. We were talking about this last week. Hayden will pay the extra postage, and looking like a good exit, and a switchback around 1, but it's still NLC keeping the speed up and fending off the Haas one more. It's DRS available this lap. Let's go back up Action 2 because it's Walrus closing down on the McLaren of Guzman.
Just under half a second. These guys are staying pretty close, but Angry Walrus is either gonna have to make a move this next lap, or start to open up that gap a little bit so he does not destroy those tires prematurely.
Yeah, with when you're in the dirty air, just for anybody who's watching doesn't know, when you're following that car ahead of you, the air behind the car ahead stirs things up, and it makes your wings, your front wings especially, not work as effectively, which means your tires must grip more through these turns in order to keep up, which wears the tires out
That's
faster.
true.
Purple so very, very quick. It's gonna be Walrus. Well, oh no, he switched over too soon. And Leisig takes a huge dive into the wall. I do not think that the stewards will look favorably on that. Now, my view as we get a full safety car out, it was that because I'm on board with Williams from my viewpoint. I didn't see it from Leisig's viewpoint, but it looks like Walrus was trying to drift back in because he thought he was ahead because, man, he rocketed by. And then he was trying to take the line, but somehow Leisig was still there. And so when he was trying to take the line, he just ended up getting a snap of oversteer, and as he corrected, flings Leisig into the wall. I think he just thought he was well ahead. That's what it felt like to
Man.
me. I didn't see it from Leisig's
That is... Oh, man. Leisig is just going to be fuming.
Has to be. A sour note. Because, and you hate it. You hate it because, man, these two were looking like they were going to have a fight all night long.
Yeah, I mean, we were due for some epic battling all race long, and getting word that rain should be here around lap 20, early 20s. So, oof, man alive. And Leisig right now 13th in the driver standings, was hoping to capitalize on a top 2, top 3 finish tonight. I'm sure that is no longer going to be in the cards.
Ooh, it takes a minute to process, actually. Frustrating. But you know, now I'm going to be selfish because unfortunately for Leisig, his pain is my joy. Not his wreck, but you know that he will bring his incredible ability to win races for the rest of the season, because now it's like it's a bigger challenge to come back and win season.
Yeah, they've
30.
just poked they've poked a bear is what they've just done tonight, I think.
Yeah. Well, I got the sense from Leisig's qualifying that the bear had already been poked and was already kind of pissed from the first 2 races.
Oh, yeah.
You know. And because usually he's in and around the Z milk times, but that Q3 well above, and in the same space as Walrus, who was kicking everybody's butt. To me, I don't want to speak for either party, but to me, it felt like Walrus was so fast that when he went to take his line and I saw his car jiggle a little bit, I was so surprised because I was sure he was already ahead of Leisig. And when I switched to the rear view camera, the I don't know, I want to say the momentum with which Leisig hit that wall was pretty extreme. There was car parts.
Oh yeah, I mean
everywhere.
the suspension failed. There were I mean it was not just a touch. That car slammed into the wall for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that feeling when it's your fault and you know it. The worst.
Yeah, but you never know. Like Angry Walrus may not feel like that's his fault. It's we have a special perspective that we were kind of watching in third person here, but in the car, you don't know what's going through these guys' heads.
Well, if it's anything like I'm gonna follow this one because it's such an impactful accident. I kind of want to know the whole story. Man, man, Leipzig, if we could get replay, I really wish. I want to thank the guys who keep sending us replays, but I hope everybody kind of gets like just do it once or twice so that it feels easy. But man, that's a replay.
Yeah, I'd love to see from Guzman's point of view what we're looking at.
Oh, okay. Well, we still got a lot of race ahead, so let's settle back in, and we'll see Leipzig on track next week, I guess. It is Walrus from Z-Milk, from Johnny, from DRL, from Rujov. That's your top 5. We're 6 laps into 35. Got a lot of race ahead. And there goes Walrus to get us back underway on Action 3. Watching from Johnny's point of view.
Johnny moving over a little bit just to show himself in Z-Milk's mirrors.
Yeah, in Z-Milk you feel like pretty cool customer, right?
Yeah, like, that's a move that's right, well weathered on Z-Milk.
Yeah, it's like I see you. You're not gonna scare me off my line. Not on this restart. I always like that. And like the guy behind me, he's like eager. You know what I mean? And that little poke out that never bothered me.
SP giving Rujov a little bit of a hurry up here.
Action 6. Oh, and Hayden, man, Hayden also got a good exit now. Is going to have a send into 12. He's good on the brakes, makes the apex. Fencing. I feel like every time I think about Hayden Rogers, I see him with one of those masks on and the white suit that you wear for fencing. Man, he's always sticking a wheel in here, sticking a wheel in there. And
here he comes.
If you're not feeling solid, he's definitely got the exit, and it's hard. It's for SPs on the hards too after the safety car restart. So. Fighting back, but no, it breaks early.
NLC having a look in now on SP as they head out of turn 3. Will he have a go into turn 4? No, I don't think he's close enough this time around.
Yeah, it's probably safe. You're still very much in there with the Haas of Hayden Rogers as well, right? And it's dangerous to start mixing it up around turn 4.
The battle's so close from 7th all the way back to Reimer in 13th. I mean, nothing between this pack that's forming back here.
Yeah, I'm still watching from NLC's perspective. He does look like those hard, missing a braking point and the turn in. He's going to lose a bit of time and lucky not to be clipping SP's gearbox.
Yeah, that could have spelled trouble for the both of them.
Could have spelled trouble for sure. Up at the front, Walrus is making that time he showed in qualifying, shown in his race pace. He's 1.3 ahead of Z-Milk, who's building a gap back to Johnny Damon. That's fine. Let's go Action 6. Rujov and Hayden. These two seem fairly evenly matched.
Both Haas drivers sitting pretty high up in the points right now, 5th and 6th.
Yeah, and I'd be very surprised if there's any team orders between these two. The DRS train is significant behind SP.
Curveball. Basically, curveball's the one throwing a curveball there. just outside of DRS from NLC, but kind of closing in. We'll see if he's able to get it before they enter that detection zone just outside of turn 14.
Let's go action 11 real quick. Feeney has been within 0.3, 0.4 this whole lap. You've got to think he's got Urban's number here. And Reimer's got to get on the ball. He's stuck inside this DRS chain and outside the points here, lap 10 of 35.
Ooh, Feeney getting a little tick of oversteer there on the exit of 1.
Yeah, turn 1 seems to have a few people's number this evening. It's definitely proving itself to be a tricky corner to negotiate.
And it looks like NLC has found his way past SP and is looking to get back up and tucked behind Hayden Rogers.
So with rain coming, Reimer needs to get his foot down because in fact, let's go back action 13. Looks like he's gonna give Pontiac a run for his money here. But he needs to start getting these passes done because once the rain comes, passing is going to be that much more difficult.
Yeah, almost impossible around here.
Yeah. So if he gets caught out of the points and then rain comes, Reimer's evening really just down to a disconnect that happens during qualifying.
Well, and you know that's we don't see the mechanical retirements that we would see in a typical F1 season. Reimer here sending it down into turn 1.
And getting the pass done. The Reimer that much more closer to points. Let's go action 3. Johnny and Z-Milk are having a good battle.
Yes, they are.
Over second place.
But getting back to that thought, we don't have the mechanical retirements that real F1 does, but these things happen. You get your internet not working or a equipment failure, and we've seen those before, and that's kind of our version of those mechanical retirements.
Yeah. Or even a run of amateur accidents, kind of ruining 3 races in a row for Leisig, right? I mean, with the last 2 races, I don't think are his fault, but maybe he owns a little bit for the first race of the season. But yeah, I mean, in real life, the more mechanical failures happen. And that's probably because I used to think maybe they should introduce that randomness, but there's already
we get it
enough.
Already, yeah.
Yeah, it's just a different form of it. And Reimer suffering the consequences of what would be mechanical for real life. Johnny still follows. The Z-Milk putting up a stout defense. They're on equal tires, and Johnny has been inching his way closer, but cannot seem to be in the right place to make the pass when it comes there out of turn 14. Which actually may make a lot of sense. You've got to think. I don't know, that the wing on the back of that Williams looks very stout. So maybe Johnny's got as much downforce as.
All right, Dresden. We're going to keep an eye on this battle. Actually, let's take a look at Urban right now. Really, really close to curveball, but he's missed it, and now
Action
under
10.
pressure from Feeney.
Sticking a wheel in. Oh, but Feeney gets a little sideways trying to get out of 13 and may have lost the opportunity. Yeah, you see him trying to turn the car in so that he could get alongside, but now Urban down into turn 1 on curveball. Curveball's deep on the brakes. Over the curb. We've got a DNF to get to as well. No, where's safety car all of a sudden?
I don't see it.
man, where is his car? Yeah, I don't see. I'm having trouble
They
in
disappear so
F123
quickly.
finding the dots of the accident so that we can go look at it. Yeah, and they shouldn't, because
So
we want to get the camera where we can see what's happened. DRL, if you're watching,
Well, speaking of
we're
replay
hoping
clips,
for
we've got one
replay
from
clips,
the
so don't
Guzman
forget to send them
accident.
in.
We'll show that to you guys here real quick.
Wow.
We'll take a look here. We'll go frame by frame here. You see coming down as they come down here. We've got Walrus steps out to the side to pass Guzman, and you'll see here we kind of slowly replay it. He's alongside and then cuts back over to the left so quick. The back tire hits the front tire of Leisig, and he just goes right into the wall there. Pretty heavy accident, to be honest. But yeah, I think that is kind of damning for Angry Walrus, unfortunately.
Yeah, we've got pit stops happening under the safety car here, lap 14, which we should have anticipated.
I would be surprised if we're going to get rain in the next,
want to switch over.
maybe less than 10 laps. Yeah.
Yeah, you said lap 20, so less than 6.
Hards will definitely go that far, I believe so.
Go that far.
Man, guys like SP, Urban, Curveball, those guys are really set to make up quite a few laps or positions, I would think.
Yeah. Walrus in and out on the hards, gives up only 2 positions. We've got pits from Rujov NLC. NLC opting to throw softs on, so gotta be anticipating the rain. Yeah, big thank you, by the way, for all those replay clips. They help the quality of the program we're trying to put together for the league immensely. Being able to see those and tell the story compactly. And man, I'll go ahead and go out on a limb. I don't think in any way, shape, or form I think Walrus felt like he was passed because he was rocketing by so quick. I think he just misjudged jumping back on the line. And that's just unfortunate for him, because the stewards are going to probably penalize that given the amount of impact it's had on the race. Very aggressively, and then for Leisig as well, who's now
the frustrating part is
just
that
not enough points to show for it.
Walrus is going to get a penalty, but
big moment.
Leisig's completely out of the race, and so that's frustrating. I know for sure.
For me, it's the build up, because Walrus and Leisig was looking like it was going to be the fight for us to watch tonight, and then that's just not on the table anymore. But now that being said, we've seen a couple of really good moves from Hayden already, which he seems to be delivering really great sends time and time again, and then Johnny and Z-Milk were mixing it up.
So interesting strategy. NLC has opted to pit for the softs. That could be a good investment.
Well, it says to me that for sure the rain rumor's true. Right, like NLC's on the softs because I guess he needed a pit.
Still out.
And in fact, all the medium starters, I think, they're just gonna, they're trying to stretch it to get all the way to rain, and certainly this safety car has helped that.
Yeah, we'll see if he sends
Would
us
love to
a
know what
a
happened to
replay of what
DRL.
happened here. But we're back to green flags.
Back to green flags. It's Johnny Damon leading this race, lap 16. He takes us away, and he's got trouble from behind.
Oh,
It's
this is
Hayden
interesting,
Rogers
Drez. We've got
eager
Reimer
to
pulled into the pits and is
take over
put on
first
the intermediate.
place. A very quick stop.
It's
Reimer trying
still
to
dry.
outthink the field. Has he gone too early? I don't see any rain yet. It better start raining this lap, or that move is gonna cost. Because it's 7 seconds per. It's probably about 7 seconds per lap. You know, so every lap you do on them.
I keep switching back to the onboard camera to see if I see any drops at all, and currently I don't see anything.
I don't see any yet either. It's a dangerous call, but Reimer may be trying to make a move here. Let's go action 3. It's Walrus, who's been fast all night on the hards, versus Hayden ahead.
DRS is not back online yet.
Where else have we got good? Yeah, and let's go action 9 then. The softs versus medium battle with NLC. A deep on the brakes send, and why not? Those softs are gonna outperform those old mediums around him. Now on the acceleration is gonna take another pass on curveball into 2. That's a 1-2 very quick.
And even when he gets up to these guys on the new hards, he's gonna have no problem getting past them.
Yeah, look at this acceleration now alongside into 6. Oh, we've got a stricken Haas of Hayden Rogers. Looks like he had some trouble into turn 6, and it's a virtual safety car.
Now we've got
Did NLC
a second
get the
person on
pass
intermediates
done
as well,
on
Drez, as P's
Feeney?
come in.
I think he. You think
know.
if it's close and you're underneath the virtual, you gotta go. I would think I'd be surprised if we don't see a number of pitting here, because the virtual is probably worth 7
Damon
seconds,
stays out.
and if 2
Everyone's
have gone,
staying out.
You gotta be thinking they're getting something. Man, and this has helped Reimer a lot. Right, because he's not losing any delta while this VSC
Yeah,
is
but he
out.
still has
So it
lost
gives him a little
17
reprieve on that
seconds.
hoping for rain bit. Wow, it's so rough. Drive-through penalty. Curveball finds himself in trouble with the FIA, speeding under the
Yeah,
safety
you've got to be
car.
careful
Trying
doing
to
that.
time it at the end, got himself in trouble. Yeah, more pitting for intermediates now. It's Abdul and SP. This is the most
There we
number
go.
of people I've seen on intermediates.
Yep,
during the
rain's
race
coming.
before I've seen any raindrops. Oh, I just saw it. Spitting rain through 6 and 7. There it is. Now raindrops are happening. I'm on board with Johnny. He's got a big gap behind him for Angry Walrus, and you've got to think into the pits this lap.
I'm not going to be surprised if Reimer's got some strategy out of a hat here, but I'll be surprised if he's able to make up that much time. But it's possible.
Yeah, we'll go action 12. I don't think many people were caught out. The rain is actually coming very hard. It looks very much already a wet track for intermediates.
We got cars rolling down pit lane. Those who have pitted.
How many places Reimer's able to get. Yeah, is he gaining any places? It does not appear to be many. Up to 11th now. Oh, yes, up to 7th, up to 6th. Reimer does end up making it work. Oh,
Yeah,
curveball
that's
came
not the
back
right
out
call.
on hards. I don't think that was intentional. Oh, we've got a big accident. It's Urban into the side of another car, and I don't know if it was Urban's fault or the other car's fault.
So with that wreck,
In fact, I
Reimer's
think
promoted to
somebody went
4th.
sideways
Curveball's
in
going to
front
have
of
to come in
Urban.
for the hards. Are you getting that? Yeah, we migrated. Oh, because Urban left.
Did you just get... Yeah, I just got kicked,
And
too.
now everyone, what's happened here? We've got a red flag.
Well, I have no idea.
This is our first
Really?
red flag. What is going on?
Oh, this is our first red flag. Is it a red flag or have I been kicked out? I'm not sure what's going on. We'll have to find out. Bear with us, because if it is a red flag, it's our
Wow,
first
this is interesting. Yeah, this is the
experience with it.
first time that we've had a red flag in Wolfsburg Tuner is in the chat. He says, when the host leaves, it causes chaos, LOL. Yeah, mine just
Well,
says, please wait.
I've got a blank screen.
You know what? Can you stay if you're... Yeah, I guess you could stay as
man,
spectator,
I
right?
don't
If you were
wanna,
wrecked. I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, if he was hosting and
He
he had
rage quitted.
a bad wreck, he might have forgot that he was hosting, you know. It's happened to me before.
Oh, no.
I've been like, fuck this game.
Well, so... Yeah, it's
I should watch
this
my language.
broadcast
I
goes
forget
straight
that
to
we've got
YouTube Kids, so
some
we're
younger
gonna lose some
fans now.
viewers after that one. That's for sure. So I wonder what we're gonna do here because we've completed more than half of the race. So according to FIA standards, that whatever that last lap completed was should be how we score this thing.
Man, so what a bit of a shocking end if that is the end of this session, and Reimer's
curveball.
move ends up being a
Curveball with a
very
podium.
valuable play, right? I think he stayed out while everybody else pitted. So that would be a bit of a shakeup. Man, I think everyone should take a moment this week and find a steward and just tell them thank you. Because, man, season 3 has been overtime for the stewards, I think, and race 3 will apparently not be a reprieve from all that extra work. I'm still sitting here hoping I'm going to get to watch the rest of this race, but I'm feeling like that's not
There's a
gonna be
lot.
the case.
I wonder if I'm trying to see who.
Any word in the Discord?
Man, there's so much going on right now. It looked like maybe Angry Walrus and Hayden are getting into it.
Oh.
Let's see.
Let's go. Come on.
We've got a suggestion for a restart and a 25%
charitable.
run from final positions.
I think a restart would get a bit dicey, don't you think? I think I think if it's just over, it should just be over.
Yeah,
But maybe I don't want to weigh in. I'm not sure. But listen, I'll tell you, that was dramatic, let's call it. And
yep. We'll. I'm sure
man, I would
we'll end
not
up
want to be
getting
in charge of
the.
sorting it out.
Yeah, it's going to take them a while to figure this out. So.
Well, I tell you what, it's probably a good time for us to go ahead and end round three. What what's your prediction? I
I'm
remember
trying to remember who
where Johnny
Z-Milk
Damon was up
just
there
behind
at the front,
Reimer, so he'd have been
and
fifth.
was Z-Milk back up there?
Curveball third. Was Walrus at the front, or was he involved in that accident?
I don't think he was involved in the accident. Yeah, I think he. I thought
Wow.
Walrus was
Well,
third.
hey, we talked about
But it could be wrong.
technical retirements. I didn't know the whole field was going to retire here, but it's just part of it. This is what happens. This is going to be the race that everyone talks about. Remember back in season 3 when the game crashed. So
Yeah. Yeah. This one
Yeah.
a strange ending, and we
looking
didn't see anything
forward,
like
let's
this
just look
during
forward
season
real
2,
quick.
so,
Next
it was
week,
experience for
Wednesday
us.
night, we will be in Spa for a redemption
Okay.
round. So redemption round is reverse championship standings. So depending on how this week shakes out, we will be looking at the Mercedes guys starting in the back and trying to work their way to the front. So that's a sprint and then a sprint race and then a full feature race. So it'll be a good. We'll be at Spa, so we'll be coming off of the real Spa weekend this coming
where's it
weekend,
at?
I think, and then right
Oh,
into Spa
man.
next week, right to align with the F1 calendar. So that'll be kind of cool.
I'm excited for Spa. I bet you Williams going to.
Yeah, I think they will.
Spa.
McLaren may be
At least I'm hoping.
maybe
they
one to
do.
look out for in Spa as well. Lando's a pro around that place.
Yeah, I feel like the appetizer was really good. The first half of the race, the first 5 laps were really good, and then it just started kind of
Yeah, I'm sending the main course back.
downhill. This one. Yeah, I cut into the steak, and it was well done.
we can hope for a better
pissed
meal
about
next
it.
week, Grez.
But look, yeah, Redemption in Spa sounds fun. So join us next Wednesday and join us Sunday. It's the final round of the Limitless tournament, which has been a thrill ride. I
Yes,
think.
Limitless
And,
is
we've
coming
got
from
2
behind. He's
more
got some
events
ground to
coming
make up.
this
He's going to
Sunday.
win this tournament. So tune in Sunday afternoon at 5:00. It's going to be a crazy ending to that tournament. Lots of cash on the line. So come join us on Sunday afternoon. We appreciate everybody coming out tonight for this crazy night. We hope to see you guys on Wednesday for sure. I have been trackside, and on behalf of Dresden and CCRL, we appreciate everyone coming. Have a great night and continue living life to the checkered flag.